If you're a business owner, you don't need us to tell you running a business is tough. Don't let QuickBooks and spreadsheets slow you down anymore. Now is the time to upgrade to NetSuite by Oracle, the world's #1 cloud business system. NetSuite gives you the visibility and control over your financials, HR, inventory, e-commerce, and more. Join the over 21,000 companies using NetSuite right now. Schedule your free product tour right now at netsuite.com/C-suite. netsuite.com/C-suite.
Welcome to the Superhero Homies podcast. My name is Quentin, and as always, I'm here with the homie Kevin.
Good evening, ladies and gents. Hopefully everyone has been having a pretty good time. I know my Sunday's been not exactly relaxing, but a good one nonetheless.
You know? Right. You know, like a lot of you out there, my Sundays are full of dread and anxiety because tomorrow is Monday.
Yep.
But that is okay because as most of you are going to listen to this podcast, hopefully it's going to help you get through that Monday or whatever shitty day of your work week you have to get through.
Amen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The homies got your back.
We do, always.
Oh, yeah. Oh man, but yeah, hope you guys have had a good week, and I hope you guys are ready for some more Superior Homies podcasting. You know, tonight we're gonna cover the first half of Jessica Jones season 2.
Yeah, that new Netflix hit.
Oh yeah,
yeah, the return of Christian Ritter.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that a lot of you guys have been following that show. Hopefully so.
Yeah. If not, then this will definitely be very revealing for the first half of the season. So go ahead and, pause real quick and go binge watch if necessary. This is your warning. Please come back after you've watched at least the first 6 episodes. That's what we're going to try to cover tonight.
Right.
Yeah. Cool.
Oh, yeah. But, of course, before we get into that, guys, we got to get into some comic news.
Dun, 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 dun.
Thank you for that.
Thank you. You're welcome, indeed.
That highly elaborate musical intro.
I even waved my hands. Jazz hands.
First up, director Ava DuVernay is going to direct the new Gods movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What was that last name again, buddy?
What was that now?
What was that last name?
Oh, you heard it. I can play it back on the podcast.
DuVernay? Because I personally didn't catch that either. I have no idea.
DuVernay.
I don't know how to say that. Yeah. we'll excuse us, Miss DuVernay. We do respect you.
Yep.
What's going on? What's happening?
Yeah. So she's directing the new Gods movie. Of course,
cool.
the new Gods were a creation of Jack Kirby's back in the 70s for DC. You know, consists of a lot of DC heavy hitters, a lot of guys that I didn't think we'd get to see a movie of, to be honest. Besides Darkseid, I expected him. So the new Gods, when you think of them, you mainly think of course, Darkseid, maybe Steppenwolf, Big Barda, Mr. Miracle, Orion, New Genesis. You probably think of that whole deal, and Apocalypse, of course. But yeah, so I think briefly on another podcast, we mentioned the new Gods in some regards, and yeah, it's interesting because, like, with the new Gods, Jack Kirby had the intention of making this a storyline for Marvel when he was still working with Marvel. He wanted to put it as part of his Thor storyline. Marvel wouldn't let him for whatever reason, and then there was a falling out between him and Marvel. So Jack Kirby he went to DC, and DC gave him kind of free reins.
I can't actually remember us talking about this. Yeah, that's true. I think it was off mic, though, but yeah.
Maybe. The only difference, though, between what Jack Kirby wanted to do and what ended up happening was that Jack Kirby wanted to have the arc end with basically everyone dying. DC was like, no, we got some serious characters here. We're going to keep these guys.
Yeah.
Which obviously was a good call. So Miss Ava DuVernay, I'm going to get her name right, maybe. She's most known for directing Selma, the Martin Luther King movie, and also more recently A Wrinkle in Time, the new Disney movie.
Give me a second. No, I don't remember that movie.
I think we saw a preview for it.
We did?
Yeah. It, to be honest, wasn't very memorable. But
no, I don't.
Yeah. But
Was Jiminy Cricket in it? Then no.
so the only Disney movies you remember have Jiminy Cricket in it.
So I don't remember
You don't remember
Lion King
No.
or Aladdin or dang, I got nothing.
Yeah, Toy Story. You don't remember hardly any Disney movies.
And Pinocchio came out before I was born.
You loved it as a VHS, apparently.
Apparently,
Yep.
yeah.
So this is an interesting turn of events that, they're having a new Gods movie being directed. And what's really interesting, though, is that I'm not really sure why they're deciding to go this direction. Between the new Gods movie that they have in production now and the Joker Origin movie they have in production, I'm not really sure what's happening with Warner Brothers DC right now. Because, can we get a Batman, standalone movie? Can we get a Man of Steel sequel? Can we get something that's more streamlined here? Can we start on Justice League 2?
Maybe this is too easy of an assumption, and it literally is that, guys. It's an assumption here. But maybe they're trying to do their own type of big arching series here, like Marvel has been doing.
That's the thing. They're saying that these are all standalone movies outside of canon. Yeah, which is why Jared Leto's not playing the Joker, and the new Gods thing, they said, it's going to stand outside of the continuity, I believe. So in which case, I really don't understand what they're trying to do here.
Money.
I suppose so. Except the problem with the whole money thing is that as much as, nerds like myself like the new Gods, not a whole lot of people know a lot about the new Gods.
True.
So,
true.
I don't think that...
No, because that's something I would have to borrow another book from you to read about, because...
Yeah, exactly. Just the name alone won't make that movie any money. But, speaking of making money, moving on... Infinity War breaks the record for pre-sale tickets in only 6 hours.
Oh my gosh.
And now, as you guys may previously remember, just a few weeks ago, Black Panther had the record for most pre-sales ever.
Dang, Marvel just busting records left and right, man.
Left and right.
Yeah.
Like, jeez.
I'm looking forward to this now.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure that you guys seen the trailer. And Kevin and I were talking, off mic, and about how brilliant it was for them to do that, for them to release the trailer and then be like, by the way, you guys can get your tickets now.
Yeah.
Oh
my gosh.
That was
freaking genius.
That was genius marketing. Yeah.
You bastards at Marvel, you know what you're doing. You're too good.
Too good. Making me watch that trailer 8 times. You know what you guys are doing. Oh man. Next up. Deadpool will finally premiere in China this April. Not the sequel. No. Deadpool 1 will finally make his premiere in China.
Wow. That had to have been some governmental red tape for Ryan Reynolds and crew to crawl through.
Yeah. I don't know if there's anything on their particular efforts, but yeah.
I know China is super strict on what they do and don't do with... I don't mean to make this a political podcast all of a sudden, but I know that China is much more strict on what does and doesn't get to their civilians, So it's both surprising and not surprising that this was braced, being freaking Deadpool, However, damn, that took a long time.
It did. It comes out in April in China, and Deadpool 2 comes out in May in the States. So they're a couple years behind. But it's interesting about China, and I didn't realize it until I read this article here, but they actually don't have like a rating system. So like pretty much everything has to be family friendly in some capacity, or they just don't show it.
Exactly, yeah. So it's very surprising that Deadpool even got love over there at all, to be honest.
Right.
Yeah. But,
Yep. Next up, The Batman, which is being directed by Matt Reeves. Director Matt Reeves states that the movie will finally begin production in 2019.
Oh, dadgummit.
Yeah.
Of course they postponed it that hard.
That's super hard. So, I was really hoping for something a lot sooner. I have to sneeze.
Oh, thank you for the warning. Where is it at?
Damn it, it's gone.
It's gone.
Yeah. The podcast god said, "Not today, my child."
Not today.
But yeah, so the Batman being directed by Matt Reeves, not going into production until next year, which means we probably won't see the movie until 2020 or 2021.
Yeah.
Which is quite depressing. And I mean, at this point, like, we don't even know. Ben Affleck doesn't even know if he's still going to be attached to the project or not. So that is disheartening. We do know that we will see Ben Affleck again, at least for the Flash movie coming out. But that may be his last role as Batman.
That kind of sucks. Because I know he definitely wanted to play Batman more.
Oh, yeah. But, yeah, that's part of it. Because, like, he didn't expect the project to take as long as it's taking.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you know, if anyone is good at tripping over their own dick, it's Warner Brothers. So...
That's kind of a compliment and an insult in one. Yeah. I applaud you, sir.
Thank you.
That is difficult to pull off.
And last, but definitely not least, Peter Dinklage has been confirmed to be in Infinity War, but the role is still unknown.
What?
Yep.
What the shit? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna flip some shit, dude. Oh my gosh, that makes me so happy.
Oh yeah.
I'm a huge Peter Dinklage fan. Obviously, Game of Thrones. I even loved some of his vocal work, you know, for a short time there. He did. I even liked him as Bolivar Trask. You know, as short-lived as that was.
Right.
But,
I agree.
Yeah, damn. I mean, yes, it's awesome.
Now, the question is, Kevin, who do you think he's going to play?
Warlock.
Adam Warlock. So, I hope that this is like no offense to Peter, I hope that this is just a strictly CG Adam Warlock.
I have no idea. He might... Okay, think about it like this. The original Silver Surfer that we got from frickin' Fantastic Four 2.
Yeah.
The old one.
Right.
That's confusing to say. Fantastic Four 2. Yeah. Technically, Silver Surfer had two different actors. He had a body work and a voice work. I'm thinking he might be voice work for someone here, you know?
That's what I'm thinking too.
I mean, that'd be cool.
My thought is he's going to be part of the Black Order. Because the Black Order...
That's true. We have nothing on them yet.
Yeah,
so
they're going to be like fully CG.
Oh, yeah. Which... he does great vocal work. You know, he has mastered that talent. So I could totally see him being a badass villain with his voice or something.
Oh,
you know?
Yeah. My hope is that he's going to be Ebony Maw from the Black Order.
Okay.
And
you're above my pay grade. So
okay.
I'm waiting for your description here. Yeah.
Yeah. So Ebony Maw, he's considered the most intelligent member of the Black Order, even though he's not the leader. That'd be Corvus Glaive. Okay. But Ebony, he has the ability to... Actually, his abilities are really weird and undefined. All I can tell you guys is that he mind fucked Doctor Strange, and that's not something that's easily done. Yeah. Like, straight up mind fuck Doctor Strange.
I just imagined Peter Dinklage and Cumberbatch in the same room, just like Peter staring him down all of a sudden. And he's just like, oh, stop.
And if you guys are wondering here, and this is no spoiler to you, Kevin, but Ebony Maw was in the latest trailer. So if you go back and look closely, he is in it.
That is not a spoiler to me because, like I pronounced earlier, I'm not familiar with the Black Order at all. And again, guys, I've announced this before. I'm proudly proclaiming it now. I've only watched the beginning trailer. I haven't watched any other stuff. I haven't read any other bullshit from freaking Facebook because half of it is dadgummit about Infinity War because I want that super fresh, awe-inspired feeling to hit me. You know, I don't want them to show me half the movie in trailers before I sit down in the theater, you know? So it was a super great experience for me doing that with Black Panther. Of course I'm going to repeat the process. So that's why he announced that earlier.
Yep.
Yeah.
To be fair, though, they really don't show you anything. It's really cool.
Yeah,
but
I mean, you did tell me that. Yeah. No, first you joked with me telling me that Adam Warlock and some other cool people all
Silver
come
Surfer,
together.
Captain Marvel.
It's like, okay, I know he's joking.
What if I was dead ass serious?
Then we take a break from the podcast for a week so I can stop being mad. Like I get out of the theater, you son of a bitch.
Yep.
I'm stealing this popcorn. This is mine now.
Yep. Oh man.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kevin and I, we actually discussed this off mic, I think maybe last week, but sometime before Infinity War, we're going to actually do a podcast partly on the Black Order. So kind of, giving you guys some more description or
That
in-depth
would be
description.
good.
Yeah. As to, what the Black Order is, who they are, and what they represent, what they can do. So yeah, that'd be a fun one.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is it for the comic book news of the week.
Yeah. There's no outro music, so that's what you got earlier. That's all we get for now.
Oh, that's all we get?
That's all
Okay.
we get.
Well.
There'll be a new one every week.
Take what I can get.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, I know what time it is.
You know what time it
You know
is.
what time it is? We
I
know what
do.
time it is. Yeah. I feel like a bad Blues Clues entrance.
A little bit.
All right, what's going on, my friend? What's the question there?
All right. So next up for the comic question of the week, since we are covering Jessica Jones for this week and the next week, both questions will be about Jessica Jones.
Okay.
So the question for tonight, Kevin, is how did Jessica Jones gain her psionic resistance? Was it A, given to her by Jean Grey? B, her powers evolved after her first encounter with Purple Man? C, she exposed herself to the same chemicals that gave her powers in the first place? Or D, still unknown?
I would say either B or D, to be honest. I'm going to go with B, that her first encounter with Kilgrave did it. Or, I'm sorry, I'm going straight to the TV series with Purple Man.
I mean, you're not wrong. His name is still Kilgrave.
True, yeah. I was just trying to use the same language.
Jebediah Kilgrave. Do they ever call him Jebediah in the
No,
first
they
season?
only ever call him Kilgrave.
Yeah, I guess
No. His name in the TV show
It
was
wasn't
Kevin.
That's right. It wasn't Jebediah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Damn.
Oh well.
Of course it'd be Kevin.
Yeah.
But,
The answer is actually A. Jean Grey gave her resistance.
really?
Yep.
She can do that?
She
like,
can.
that's a present. Like, hey, here you go. Here's a power. Whoomp. She had to have been Phoenix at the time. It couldn't have just been basic Jean Grey.
Oh no, it was just
Really?
yeah.
Shit, dude. They need to give that more often out to, like, all their teammates, man. Like, here you go Wolverine, here you go Cyclops,
Right.
here you go everybody, man. Get that psychic defense. Get the team support skill, man.
Something.
Damn.
Yeah.
I totally thought that was some BS you made up.
Yeah.
It's like, who just gives powers? Rogue takes powers. Like, who gives them, though? You know?
Right.
Yeah.
It was a little more complex than that. Like after her first encounter with Purple Man sent her to kill one of the X-Men, I think. Someone.
Oh, so that
But,
would make sense that
yeah.
she did. Yeah, okay. Cool.
But yeah. So that's the comic question of the week.
You tricked me.
I did.
Knowing I'd go with the Netflix
Yes.
answer. Dadgummit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So like we said, tonight we are talking about Jessica Jones Season 2. We'll be covering the first half of Season 2, so episodes 1 through 6.
Yeah. Because we're cutting that as half.
Yep.
Even though there are 13 episodes.
Yeah, we're talking about episodes 1 through 6.5. So we're talking about the first half of episode 7. No.
There's no ending tonight. We just, like, literally cut it at the end. And everyone's like, oh, I guess we're done with this episode. Okay.
Right.
Nice.
But,
So, what did you think about episode 1, man? What's going on with you there? Let's just jump into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought that episode 1 was about the best that it could be. All things considered, I thought the episode 1 was a really strong opening. It showed us where Jessica was at. It really told us a lot more about her state of mind, how she's feeling. She's still definitely reeling, from killing Kilgrave.
Yeah, I mean, I know off the cuff here, that definitely did not help her mentally, because she was already, down the dumps season 1. But season 2, she's got that and the death on her hands, and it's like, oh,
Right.
poor girl.
And it's weighing heavy on her. That and, this show, don't get me wrong, the Marvel shows as a whole, they don't really encompass the rest of the MCU, but they do reference it. And so there's a lot of referencing about the dangers of these superpowered people and whatnot. And, you can tell that, like, the mental strain on that is really weighing down on Jessica also.
Yeah.
And then also, it's good to see like the old crew back. Jerry Hogarth and Trish Walker and Malcolm. It's good to see all those guys back.
Yeah. Malcolm got kind of jacked, dude.
You think he got bigger?
He got bigger, man.
Maybe. Well, he was added in season 1, so maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, season 1, he was like all skinny and hopped up on drugs, but now he's like actually looking healthy and stuff. Like, oh, okay. Yeah.
Very, very much so.
Yeah.
Yeah. What'd you think of episode 1 overall?
I mean, I still really enjoyed it. Tonally, it was a little different from season 1 for me.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, just because... Well, I mean, at the very get-go, it wasn't dramatically different. It still felt like hardcore Jessica Jones. We're getting cool stuff done. And yeah, it was really cool that they kind of brought the whole crew back. I was wondering what they were going to do post-Defenders. Because technically, this is the first exposure we've had about someone from the Defenders. Punisher was technically the first thing after Defenders, but
he wasn't involved.
Nothing about it, yeah. We never heard anything about that crew. This one is kind of like, oh, well, now we see where someone ran off to, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Started her own detective agency and make it go better, yeah.
Yeah. I thought that from the tone aspect, I honestly, I didn't think it was too far off. I guess because when I think of like a tone difference or a tone shift, I think about, is this going to be like happy, jolly-go-lucky? Or is, because...
True.
Yeah.
That's a good point of looking at it. I guess looking at that language of it, in that case, no. We definitely still get hard knock life, down the dumps, let me go get a drink, Jessica, who's really just looking at the blunt force of life itself, really,
right?
And suffering from it while still on the side, even subconsciously acting as a hero,
right?
I guess what I mean by it is that it definitely felt different in that the first season, the whole threat was surrounded around the idea of Kilgrave, the Purple Man, the big threat. Whereas this one, like I told you earlier off mic, it definitely felt more focused on the whole PI. Yeah. Which is really cool because that was definitely like a huge vibe from Jessica Jones. Now they're really just exercising that vibe more, I feel like. Episode 1 here definitely pulled it off.
I agree.
Yeah.
So I have it written down. Because as I was thinking about this, before podcast, writing my notes down and all that, I was thinking a lot about which season I enjoyed overall up until this point, and so I started thinking about like what are some of the major differences from season 1 and season 2 that really makes this thing stand apart.
Okay.
And there's 3 main differences, 3 main things that season 1 had going for it that despite season 2's best effort, it just can't replicate. One is season 1 had very little expectation. Like very few people, I think, went into the show, hoping or expecting anything. They just kind of went in with a blank slate because Jessica Jones, she's not, the most famous of Marvel properties.
Right. So a bunch of people probably started watching having no idea who she was.
Yeah. Or what it would even be about. And then I think that most everybody was pleasantly surprised. And then, of course, it leads to the other 2 things that really helped season 1 stand out. One, she had Kilgrave, played by David Tennant at that.
Who was amazing.
Yeah.
Definitely one of my favorite Marvel villains of all time.
Yeah.
Easy, dude.
And she also had Luke Cage, the introduction of Luke Cage in her season. And that's just hard to top,
Yeah.
I mean, when you start off with like your best villain and then with another really strong character that's being introduced in your season, like it's hard to top that. But I think that, like I said, season 2, episode 1, followed it up the very best that it could.
Right. Yeah. It was still fitting that we didn't see Luke Cage immediately, because they're technically like friends, but not together friends,
Yeah.
Like we caught a vibe of that at Defenders ending, if you guys remember that, but it didn't. It wasn't necessary that we played that romance card and like use it too much,
Yeah, I wasn't expecting to see
Luke
Cage.
Me either. Yeah.
No.
I would have been happy to. Don't get me wrong now, but Nah, yeah. Wasn't time. We did see some new faces, however.
We did.
Leading into that, yeah.
Yeah, so there's a couple new faces that we see here.
Yeah.
Of course, in episode 1, one of the first ones that we see that stick out is the Wizard.
Yeah. Okay, so when they first said his name, I was just kind of like, oh, that's okay, whatever. That's a horrible name. And then they kept saying it, and I was like, wait a minute. Oh, wait, was he a pre-existing comic character? And then I remember talking about it with you later on, like, oh, yeah, he was, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, when this guy first said that he was the Wizard, a bevy of emotions went through me. I was like, okay, first of all, wow, they put the Wizard in this show? And second of all, this guy's the Wizard? And at first I thought it was just like a cool Easter egg throwaway type deal until we see, was it in this episode, episode 2, that the guy actually does have super speed.
No, it was in episode 1. Yeah. So again, we really hope you already watched it by now. But yeah, Wizard.
Yeah. Oh yeah, spoiler alert.
In
for
episode 1.
Yeah, he died hard.
He died super hard. Honestly, his super speed looked stupid funny to me, man. Just like seeing this fat kid, because he's super fat, but nothing wrong against fat people. But then when they did like the animation to make him go fast, it just looked weird. Just like shuffle. Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
I thought it worked out great. Though,
it really did. Like it looked as good as it could, and honestly, it pulled off the whole like, oh crap, he wasn't kidding. He's not just crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. This could have played out like a fart in church, It could have played out super weird seeing this almost this overly comedic animated, type person and Jessica Jones, but fortunately it worked out really well.
That was a funny imagery. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Good imagery.
Yeah.
Anyways, but no, it really did, and then all of a sudden he's mysteriously killed.
Yeah, like an entire scaffolding thing just falls on him.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere. I'm like, okay, if that was a coincidence, then well, damn. Sorry, guy. If it wasn't, which it wasn't.
Yeah.
Then
which of course it wasn't.
Yeah. Then someone had some really good timing.
I know, right?
Like to know to be there at that exact spot at that exact time, and being fast enough to hit the Wizard with it.
Yeah. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Let's hope this works.
Right.
I guess that's why they pushed over a lot and made it a bigger projectile.
True.
Yeah.
True. Yeah. So the Wizard, he goes to Jessica because he's swearing up and down that somebody's trying to kill him.
Yeah, monster.
Monster's trying to kill him, and that he has super speed, but only when he's nervous, only when he's scared.
Which that's a horrible power.
It is.
That basically means you're the best coward on the planet.
Exactly.
Yeah. Safety. Or instead of saying gotta be fast like Sonic, he said that, right? Old school Sonic?
Maybe.
I think so. Damn, there's a lot of people hating me right now. But instead of saying that, gotta be safe.
Yep.
Yeah, just running away.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he died.
Yeah, he had a building push. No, well, not a building, a scaffolding push
Yeah.
onto him. So, yeah, we didn't get a lot of Wizard. I was kind of hoping that we would get more of him.
Yeah.
I would love to see his sphere power, save Jessica.
Right. We did kind of get more of him through, recordings and playbacks and whatnot, you know? So that's... It's not great, but it's something.
It's something, yeah.
It made him a more vital character than the silliness we were shown at first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then we had another new character, right?
Oscar, the neighbor.
Oh yeah, him too. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Or was it Chang?
Yeah, Chang. Yeah, referring to PI rivalry here. Yeah.
Yeah, Price Chang is his name.
He did a good job. Who is that actor?
I don't know.
Give me a second. Where I have the whole list pulled up. Terry Chin. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. He just came off like the really confident, charismatic douchebag. He was really good at it. Yeah.
That is very true. One thing I do have to say about like all of the new characters in this show that really have an impact, they're pretty much all dickheads.
True. Yeah. In like different ways too, which is a hard talent to pull off.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, they are.
Yeah, dickheads comes in all shapes and sizes.
Yeah.
That is both. I mean that more ways than one.
I gotta go. I'm done. You just made a penis joke.
I did. Oh shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's Price Chang. He's like this new rival PI. And yeah, I mean, he does come off as like an extremely confident douchebag. But yeah, what are your thoughts on this character up until this point, like when we first see him?
Honestly, I mean, at this point in the show, I was just like, oh, this is going to be really interesting. We're going to get to see some really cool stuff with him here. Yeah, that was my first impression, to be honest. Like, I was waiting for a cool new... Yeah. But, yeah, that's the question I was hoping we were going to get into, because throughout the whole season...
Or how about through episode 6?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes a lot more reason for tonight. I'll share the rest of it later. Through season 2, all the way from 1 to 6... I don't know. I was kind of expecting that we'd come back to him a lot more than we did. Like, he played a good part in helping the rest of the characters that we know and love from season 1 to open the door... No, throw the door open, really, for forced character change, presenting challenges to each of them. Because that's literally what his character did. He challenged Jessica, he challenged Hogarth. I mean, even in a sense, he challenged our boy... Malcolm, you know, like he literally came in and became the trifecta of change, you know? Yeah. So in that sense, he was really cool. Just from the whole like storyboard, writing everything out aspect of it.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. There were parts of it where I was just kind of like, oh, okay, you're in the scene. Okay. You presented the challenge and okay, that's about it. Cool.
Yeah, that is true. I do feel like his impact, at least for the first half of this season, was felt the strongest in like episodes 1 and 2, maybe a little bit of 3.
Exactly.
But
after that, it was like I forgot about him.
Right. Yeah. He just kind of shows up inconveniently.
Exactly. Like literally, and I hate summarizing characters like this, but please correct me, because if I'm wrong, please do so. It felt like his purpose to me was the presenter of challenges, and that was it. Like,
he does kind of feel that way.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
the challenges varied, which is good.
Right.
But, yeah, like, essentially all he did was force change.
Right. I dare say that at least for the first half of this season, his whole role and purpose wasn't so much to push the plot forward. His purpose was more to help Jessica develop as a character. Because after she whooped his ass in, like, episode 2 or 3...
Yeah, it was something early on.
I think it was episode 2.
Yeah.
But after Jessica beat his ass and all that, it really kind of showed Jessica as to what kind of person, you know, she's turning into. And, you know, that really kind of helped start Jessica off on her, you know.
It shook her.
Yeah.
Like, she was the stronger person in the room, but at that moment, it looked and felt like she was, like, acknowledging the huge weakness in her own like, world. Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, like if I was in her shoes, I want to kick his ass too.
Oh yeah, no, like he'd be thrown against the wall.
Right.
Like she did.
Yeah, but she threw him like through like the plate of glass.
Yeah.
And then she
like screwed him up.
Right. He had like a dislocated shoulder.
Yeah.
I think he had some other injuries.
She jacked up an arm or something. Yeah. But no, he knew, he was so good at wordsmithy. Like, he knew what to say to be, like, the most spiteful, stabbing thing to really pierce these people, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's something he did stupid well.
Right.
Like, oh, whoa. I can't remember any of his lines, so I'm not even going to attempt them because I know I'm going to butcher them. But he was just like, oh, I'm going to make fun of you, Jessica, because you're all kinds of crazy. And she's like, oh, crap, I am.
Yeah.
You know, like it happened with any character that he presented himself to, you know?
Very true, yeah. Like he points out the character flaws in them and kind of makes them seize it.
Yeah.
But in a real douchebaggy type of way.
Hence why I was saying earlier, like, his job as a storyboard, you know, through the storyboard lens, more correctly said, was to challenge our main roster, you know? Yeah. I mean, I did really like the pseudo relationship we saw between him and Hogarth, how they were like lawyer PI buddies, but then all of a sudden turned enemies or frenemies or more enemies than friends, whatever the hell you want to label it. I don't know.
Right.
Either way, that flipped quick.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
You know, I do kind of want to tackle this from the aspects of these side characters for a second. Mostly because, like, for the most part, I think that these side characters have some great stuff, but I have to, you know, say it again, for the most part.
True.
Yeah.
Which one you want to talk about first?
Let's talk about old Patsy. Let's talk about Patricia.
Yeah. She went through a lot of change. Like, not just 1 through 6, but the whole season, which I won't talk about in great detail. But 1 through 6, even then, she's going through tons.
Right.
Yeah.
She has some great stuff in this season, I think.
Oh yeah.
I mean, so right now, you know, she's struggling with a lot of different things, man. You know, she starts off with this cool new boyfriend.
Actually,
Griffin.
The first scene we see her in, do you remember? It was the birthday party, and she was singing
I do.
her old character.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. And it's like, I feel bad for you.
Right. And
This is embarrassing.
Doing it for, like, information, and it was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad. But yeah, she does not like being Patsy, and I don't blame her.
I wouldn't either. I mean,
Right.
yeah.
But yeah, she's still trying to escape her past. You know, she's still trying to build a career of her own, you know, with what she's doing now with the radio gig.
Yeah.
But it's hard for her. You know, she's kind of living in her own shadow right now in a weird type of way. Because she just can't escape the whole Patsy past.
And also the shadow of her current, that was well said.
Thank you.
Yeah. Patsy past.
Yeah, but like I said, also the shadow of her current boyfriend.
Exactly.
Griffin, I think is his name. Griffin Sinclair.
That's such a great news name that he must have faked it. He changed his name. I'm Griffin Sinclair.
My name is Griffin Sinclair.
This is News Channel 16. Or whatever news channel they
Right.
had. He was probably News Channel 1, let's face it.
But yeah, he's another one of those Mr. Perfect type guys, but I'm going to get to him a little bit later.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but yeah, Patsy, man, I really liked her arc here. I mean, because like she's also in like a downward spiral. It's not just Jessica.
Yeah, no, like her show is failing at this point. That's
Right.
one huge spiral for her.
Yeah. She like her. I mean, she even says it like later on, like maybe episode 5 or 6, but her boyfriend has the career that she wants.
Yeah, like she doesn't love him; she just loves his job.
Right.
It's like, damn,
Damn. That's savage.
I know, right?
And now on top of that, she runs into her old boyfriend Simpson,
I know,
Will
right?
Simpson, and which I guess
Crazy Psycho, yeah.
Crazy Psycho, who's still alive from season 1. I thought, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little disappointed that we didn't get more from Simpson, because he does become he's supposed to be Nuke. Nuke is a comic book character who has like this steroidal type rage and strength that's inflicted upon him. And he's like got some crazy abilities and all that. But they don't really play with that here. They just bring him back as like the stalker ex-boyfriend.
Right, and then the source of another problem that will be presented to Trish here. Yeah.
Right. But yeah, she gets that magic inhaler from him, as I call it.
Oh gosh, yeah. that thing, I had a love-hate relationship since the get-go, because we see her questioningly look at it, like taking it in hand, and you knew from the get-go that if she took time at all to hold it and look at it almost caressingly like that she wasn't going to throw it away. She didn't have the strength to do what she had to do.
Right.
No, she hid that bad boy away and said,
She did.
We're going to save this for a further episode. Yeah.
Yep. You know, to be fair, I don't know if throwing that away is the right thing. You don't want some bum hopped up on on magic
Yes,
juice.
I do. Oh my gosh. Could you imagine? He's just like running through the streets like, oh, I feel amazing. Like, as he comes by, I feel amazing.
Yep.
Just like super hocked up on like this super, not soldier juice, but what would you call this? This,
I don't know what you call that.
Badass juice.
Yeah.
Or badass inhaler. Yeah, badass inhaler.
Yeah. The acronym for that would be BAY. So maybe we need to come up with another one.
Yeah, good point. Strong breath.
Strong breath.
Strong breath. That's all it is, right there. Yeah.
Yeah, but she not only does she take the inhaler, and I'm thinking that okay, well, she's at least going to tell Jessica about it. Not yet. No.
We really see a dark side of Trish this whole season,
We
which I
do.
love. It was intricately done. Like you kind of see it happening, but it's like a damn train wreck. Like you know what's going to happen. The train's about to wreck, but you can't not look.
Right.
And that, of course, is unfair to talk about in detail tonight because that's greater. That can be more easily talked about next week. But this is definitely the beginning of it. Like you see the train beginning on the tracks, and you're just like, "This is an old ass train." Okay, there's some problems with it. Its talk show is failing. It's got this badass boyfriend, and she's just like less than par to him. It's going worse. It's getting worse. Oh, she stole the inhaler. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She confronts an old director named Max about the time that he raped her.
Oh, and that's just further evidence that, and it's a standing fact, but Marvel Netflix is not afraid to get dark.
Yeah, no, they're not. No.
At all.
And I mean, you can say that the blow is softened by the fact that it sounds like it was statutory rape, but rape is rape.
Exactly,
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
And that guy was a dirtbag.
He was a
easy
dirtbag.
to hate him.
Yeah. Yeah. We as superhero homies may say some perverted things, but we do not.
No, we never condone that shit.
We do not condone rape in any form or fashion.
At that point, it's more like, all right, we know who you are. Stomp him in the nuts.
Stomp him in the nuts, yeah.
I still want to download that ringtone from Boondocks. Oh, man.
Yeah,
Anyways.
but yeah, Patsy, she's been through some rough things, man. But yeah, so pretty much because I just saw episode 6 like earlier this morning.
Wait, have you watched the whole season yet?
No.
Really?
No.
Oh, shit, dude. I'm glad I asked that now instead of like wait until the end. Yeah. All right. Cool. Good to know.
Yeah. Well,
I should have started tonight with that.
I mean, I had confidence that you weren't going to spoil anything.
Right. At this point, we've practiced
for the podcast.
enough.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I thought that that her arc thus far has been really entertaining, and I'm glad because she's a really fun character.
It only gets better.
Yeah. Now you don't have to spoil anything for me, but I do wonder if we're finally going to take a turn towards Hellcat. And once again, like I said, you don't have to spoil anything.
I was about to say, I'm not responding with anything.
I'm just speculating here.
Yeah.
Now, here's just a funny thing off the record here, folks, that we kind of need Hellcat as soon as possible, you see, because Thanos is coming. And in the classic comic, Hellcat was able to stop Thanos and retrieve the cosmic cube from him. So...
I mean, if there was any personality that could.
That's right. Thanos was getting away in the Thanos copter. That is not a made up thing.
No, I forgot about this. Oh my gosh.
And Hellcat was able to stop him.
You're right. We cannot let Marvel forget that this was a thing.
We need you, Patsy. We need you to be Hellcat.
Oh my gosh, that's so weird. I'm trying to imagine it now. It's just like, oh shit.
Yeah. Marvel had these weird line of comics meant more for children back in the day, way back in the day, and this was one of them. So yeah. It was just
look it up. Thanos in a helicopter.
Yep.
Not even joking.
Being arrested by 2 cops. That's how it ends. Thanos gets arrested by 2 cops and taken to jail.
And it's a kid's comic, so I don't remember the dialogue verbatim, but I'm sure it must have been something like, "Darn you terrestrial cops." Or telestial cops, yeah.
Oh, shit.
But,
yeah. Yep, anyways, but yeah, that's just why we need Hellcat. So, Patsy, we need you to get your superpowers so you can battle Thanos. Okay, but yeah. But overall, to this point, like I'm really digging her arc here, and I'm hoping that that they can stick the landing with it because thus far I'm really digging it.
I mean, episode 6, she started using the inhaler at this point. Yeah,
she just slept with Malcolm at this point.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Which I didn't see that happening, honestly.
Yeah, I gotta say, like, there's so much goddamn sex in this season. Like, I've only seen the first 6 episodes, and there's like everybody's just sleeping with everybody. Everybody's fucking
I know,
in season
right?
2. Like Jerry's fucking Oscar and Jessica. We got freaking Griffin and Patsy. We got Patsy and Malcolm. We got Malcolm and a bunch of other women. Like,
Yeah, we don't ever see those, but we know what's happening. He's
Yeah.
using Netflix Tinder, which whatever that was, teaser, I think it was.
Yeah.
And apparently he was the shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I mean, like, I'm like, shit. Like, I have no problem with it, but it's like,
Yeah.
there's got to be. I mean, I suppose I should really blame Game of Thrones for this exploitation.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah, Game of Thrones has made a lot of noise about explaining important plot details during like sex scenes. I'm like, you guys are trying to activate my lizard brain and my logic brain at the same time,
I know, right?
And the two don't mix. But but no, it just there's a lot of sex in this show.
Yeah.
And some of it does lead to places, and some of it's just because they can. But I just thought it was an interesting note.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't feel one way or another about it. It's just a noteworthy thing I noticed.
yeah, it was. Kind of like how coffee was like a main attribute to all of Punisher.
Yeah,
Like every episode. You
I
want a
thought you
cup
said
of
about
coffee?
Luke Cage.
No, not his style of coffee. We know his kind of
Yeah,
coffee.
yeah.
Something dark and Colombian. Or Cuban.
Cuban, yeah.
But anyways, yeah. No, that's definitely something that exists too much. But that's a decent segue into our boy Malcolm, who
It is.
also has a very interesting arc. Like
He does.
honestly, he's become one of my favorite side characters in all of the Marvel series thanks to this show.
Agreed.
You know?
Because when you think about the side characters, if you had to just pick one from each show, you got Foggy, you got Malcolm, you got Micro.
Yep. Okay, I'll take that.
Yep. And you got, oh my gosh, what is... I was thinking about in Iron Fist, the name of his girlfriend. I forget her name already.
Give me a second. That's why I
Yeah.
have my computer up here.
Yeah, I feel like her name starts with a J, but that means I'm probably way off.
Yeah. Watch, it's... You're super off. Do you want to take one more shot at it?
Okay, yeah. Let me think about this.
okay.
So
Take one more
I'm
shot.
trying to come up with the name of one of the main protagonists in Iron Fist, who became his love interest.
Okay.
Her name, Kevin,
Yes.
was without a doubt,
Okay.
most definitely, without question.
All right, dadgummit.
Okay, let me think. Her name.
Yep.
Yep.
You
Her
want some-
name
you want
was
some help, buddy?
Brass Knuckles, Brass Fist, Copper Elbow.
No. What the hell?
I forget her name. What is her name?
Colleen Wing.
Ah, that's it.
Yeah. Played by Jessica Henwick. So there's
That's
your
what I was
J.
thinking
There's
about.
your- okay,
Shit.
the real name. Yeah. And then of course we get Rosario Dawson again, who's great. Wait. She wasn't in this season of Jessica Jones, was she?
Not yet, Kevin.
Not yet. Not so far. Damn.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised.
It's probably because they're involving her a lot more for Luke Cage, I'd imagine.
Hopefully so. Which we already saw a trailer for. Yeah, which was very cool.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, no. Colleen Wing,
Yeah.
who was the side character for Iron Fist. Okay.
Right. But yeah, out of those side characters, Colleen, Micro, Malcolm, and Foggy. Am I missing anyone? No, that's it. That's no. This needs to
Foggy,
be
Micro.
maybe who's
Colleen.
oh yeah, and Luke Cage's would be Rosario's.
Rosario Dawson.
Yeah.
The nurse.
Yeah, the night nurse.
Night nurse.
What's her real name? What's the character's name? It's
Piss. That's me typing. Give me a second. Okay, damn. I typed this in the wrong way. Career, don't... okay. Okay. Okay, give me a minute. I'll find it. Yeah.
The main point, though, is like we just call it night nurse. The main thing, though, is that if I had to rank, these side characters, these supporting characters who help out the main protagonist, if I had to rank them, I'd probably put Micro at number 1, Malcolm at number 2.
Claire Temple.
Claire.
Dadgummit. Took me forever to find that.
Well, I put Claire at number... No, I put Colleen at number 3, actually. Colleen was really fun. Claire at number 4 and Foggy at number 5. Foggy's my least favorite of the supporting characters.
Yeah, same here. Oh, you want to know who's my least favorite overall?
Who?
Frickin' Sam from Punisher. I was not a Sam fan.
You really?
Not really, no. I don't know. I just didn't like his character at all.
Wait a minute, Sam.
Sam. He was the supporting character for the cool FBI chick.
Oh, yeah, that was Sam. Yeah. I didn't even remember who that was.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just like...
Yeah, well, to be fair, I didn't like either one of those characters for a while. Like the back half of season 2, I started to appreciate her more.
Right, same here.
Yeah.
First half... you're right.
We mentioned all that just to say that Malcolm is a really strong supporting character here.
Oh, yeah, one of the best.
Yeah, he's my number 2 out of the 5.
And I know second half of season 2, he definitely only goes uphill. You know, it only gets better with him. He becomes such a cool bro.
Yeah.
First half of season 2, definitely the same. Yeah.
Nice. I really like his arc here because for one thing, I didn't know that he was like this super smart college student.
That was a cool development.
It was, yeah. And it really sucks that he lost that all because of Kilgrave. But hey, shit happens, I guess.
That's some big shit.
That's some big shit.
I was about to say, we gotta give it to him. That's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's great to see him cleaned up and sober. It's great to see him helping out in such a large capacity too, because he's doing a lot of good shit here. He's good.
Yeah.
I mean, he's really helping Jessica out a lot, and
he is like the business.
He really is. I'm really wondering now, how did Jessica function before she had Malcolm?
Only through Hogarth.
Yeah, that's probably right.
Yeah.
That's probably right.
But now that Malcolm's on board, and she, of course, had the events of season 1 backing up her character, making her the hero vigilante PI, then, Malcolm was necessary for her to function.
Yeah. He really was.
Get up. Here's your Red Bull. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, Malcolm, he's like he's the shit here in season 2. He's really good.
Oh, yeah.
And it's good to hear that, he only gets better from here because I'm really liking him so far. Really liking his arc here. I mean, of course, for most of season 1, he was just a junkie. He was like the annoying junkie neighbor.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still annoying to Jessica, but in like a little brother type way.
Yeah.
Oh man!
And she even announced that pretty early on. Yeah, you just remind me of my brother. Yeah.
Let's move on here. Let's talk about Jerry Hogarth.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, one more thing before we move on from Malcolm.
Okay, I got whiplash.
Yep.
What's up?
So I was just thinking about Malcolm, and I was trying to think about whether he was a canonical character or not from the source material.
That's a good question. I don't know.
The answer is yes and no. So there is a character from the comics whose name is Malcolm Powder, who becomes kind of infatuated with Jessica Jones, and he wants to work for her, but she continues to turn him down until one day she says, okay, if you can get me a lead on this missing persons case, then I may let you in. And he does a little bit more than that. He finds out who's kidnapped the missing person and all that. And long story short, he starts working for Alias.
So far, yes, cool.
Yeah.
He's just a totally different character.
Yeah.
Then versus here.
Right. Yeah. Only similarities that his name is Malcolm and he likes to work for Jessica.
Yeah.
So
I was about to say his last name isn't even Powder.
No, it's
not in the
with a
series.
D.
It's a Ducasi.
Yeah, Ducasi.
Which cool name.
Yep.
Yeah. I never would have thought of that on a fictional level.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, unless we say we're going to talk about Jerry Hogarth. And the reason that they gave me whiplash, or gave you whiplash, is because Jerry, I'm automatically reminded, is definitely from the comics, except it's a male.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a guy in the comics, which really doesn't matter here for the context of this show. Like the sex of Jerry Hogarth really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I'm mostly familiar with Jerry from Iron Fist comics. That's like kind of like the lawyer person who tries to stop Danny from making terrible business decisions.
Basically, yeah.
And but yeah, for the context of the show though, Jerry works a lot more with Jessica, which is it works all the same.
It does. Mm-hmm. Plus, early on, we get some unfortunate news. Like our girl starts facing a lot of challenges.
Yeah, there's something about this show, man. Like this show was filmed, well before Stephen Hawking passed.
Yep.
He had ALS, and now this is what Jerry has. But then it got me thinking also, what's up?
No, I never connected that. But it's like, oh gosh, you're right. Yeah. Like that was news to me just now. Like, oh shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
And then on top of that, like the whole thing about Trish, being raped by the creepy director guy. Once again, this shit was filmed sometime early last year, I think.
Yeah.
Way before like all this shit hit the fan with Harvey Weinstein and all that. I'm like, this show has
gosh, it has impeccable timing.
It really does. Like, I don't know who's writing this, but shit.
I know, right?
Yeah, you guys are on it.
Same guys who wrote freaking Simpsons and Futurama, calling out stuff decades beforehand. Yeah.
Oh man.
Go YouTube that. Simpsons called out so much stuff.
Yeah, that's creepy.
It really is.
Oh man, but yeah, Jerry, like I said, yeah, she gets some really unfortunate news early on. From multiple standpoints. One, her business partners are trying to push her out, and it's mostly because, or partly due to her medical issues as well, that she's trying to keep on the wraps.
Yep.
She has ALS, or also known as Lou Gehrig's disease. I think it's all the same thing. And the doctor said it could take 8 years before it kills her. Could be as soon as 2. Well, in that case, hopefully she can pull a Stephen Hawking and stick around for like 50 more years. But I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
At this point, all we do know is that she does have this pretty devastating disease, and who knows when it could really
and it knocks her down immediately.
Yeah, like from a mental and emotional standpoint.
Oh yeah,
it takes the wind out of her sails. And at this point in the story, like at least in the beginning episodes of season 2, I really didn't know what to make of it. I was like, this is interesting and cool information, but I'm not sure how this presses the story forward. Mm-hmm. And it's not really until like episode 5 or 6 when they really give us more information on IGH, and that maybe this is what Jerry's looking for here. It's like some kind of immediate fix for her disease, no matter how dangerous or unsafe it may be.
Yeah, like IGH becomes the source that is basically all 3 of our main girls are looking for.
It does, yeah.
Jessica Jones' peace of mind, Hogarth's own personal health piece, and then freaking Trish here, just her, like, to freaking, quench the thirst that she has to freaking solve the whole mystery as to why Jones is the way she is. Yeah, because she's just infatuated with this case.
She is, and I think she's also looking for something for her show.
Infatuated, Digo. Yeah. That too. She definitely needs a bit of news to revive her case, because she's stuck on this whole supers theme for her show right now. Yeah. Which apparently a lot of her fans don't like.
Yeah. But yeah, so Jerry, she's going through a hard time, man. But one thing I do want to say is that I love how Jerry handles it. she goes out and she gets hookers and cocaine.
Oh, yeah. Like, immediately. Pulls up. Do you want a party? Yes.
Yeah.
And then the next time we see her, 3.
Yeah.
And a bunch of drugs.
That's how you do it, man.
That's
like,
how you
hey,
do it.
let me tell you, like, if I get news from a doctor that, hey, man, listen, no matter what you do, you have a very, very, very limited amount of time left here, then yeah, I'll probably go get all the hookers and all the blow that I can do. Hey, man.
Yeah.
Yo, motherfucking low. What can I say?
Yeah.
But yeah, this is exactly what Jerry does, man. She's definitely trying to numb herself. And this is a side of her character that we've never seen.
No, we've never seen her chip away her defense. Because she was like the most emotionally stable, just hard, business-only character who now sees her own mortality and is forced to face it. And it literally, like I said earlier, it broke her down. Like, she completely changed.
Yeah.
180 on us.
Yeah, it did. It affected her in such a strong way because she realized that for the first time, probably ever in her life, she's defenseless. Mm-hmm. You know, she doesn't have a way out.
Yeah.
Like, she can't buy her way out of this problem,
Right.
or pull a power play.
And even though she tries, like, which episode was it where she, like, pulls the doctor aside and says, look, there are other methods in these other countries that are cool with them, not cool with us. I want you to take these chances with me. And yeah, she couldn't win that. Yeah.
No. So Jerry goes through a super hard time, and most of her arc is her really trying to, because at this point she's not even trying to find peace; she's just trying to find a solution.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah.
And
like how to solve the problem, how to get rid of her, backstabbing associates, how to resolve the issue between her and her new PI buddy who just became like her suing enemy, and way so much going on for her.
Yeah.
There's
a lot. Yeah. There's a lot happening here for Jerry, but none of it looks good.
Yeah.
But I mean, we'll see what happens with Jerry in the back half of the season, though.
Oh yeah, very much
for
so.
Sure. Let's talk about Oscar, the new superintendent. Yeah,
I thought you said Super Nintendo.
Yeah, he's the new Super Nintendo.
I just imagine Oscar doing like 2D Mario style jumping.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know what to make of this character at first, just because at first it seemed like I knew immediately seeing him and Jessica Jones on the screen at the same time, in literally every scene that he pops up in, I knew immediately that he had to become like a love interest or something, or something like that.
And you know what, Kevin? You don't have to say it. I'll say it.
What's that?
I'm comfortable with my sexuality, no homo, but they got like the most handsome Hispanic man they could find for this role. I'm like, there's no reason for this man to be as handsome as he is, like in this role.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, people.
Yeah.
We know what you're doing. You're leading us up, and then of course the scene is like an innocent one where Jessica's like almost useful, but on a slightly flirtatious way. The whole like, I need to get past here. Your fridge is in my way.
Yeah,
and just like power lifts it, and. Come on, people.
So with him, I went through like a weird up and down as far as like his character.
Really?
Yeah.
Do tell.
Because in episode 1, it's like, okay, well, he's the superintendent. I guess we'll see what he does. I don't know.
Yeah. I
really don't know what role he could play. And as the episodes went on, like immediately, I was like, okay, this guy's kind of a dickbag.
Yeah, like he immediately turncoated.
Right.
Yeah.
Almost immediately. And then not only did he turncoat, but then he immediately shifted his attitude towards Jessica, was going to evict her, threatening her, just saying all kinds of nasty, almost bigoted things towards her.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just not cool.
No.
I didn't really care for a lot of what he did at all.
Yeah.
And then, of course, when his son almost fell out of Jessica's window and Jessica saved his life.
I was wondering if you saw that or not. Yeah, okay.
And, so of course...
First off, poor Jessica. She has the worst luck.
She does.
Like, of course she saves his life, and then the next minute, they think the worst thing happened, and all of a sudden she's the bad guy.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, at that point, what can you say? You know, I don't know what you would say.
Maybe she should become the villain.
Man, maybe so. Hell, I guess they had to get Luke Cage to stop her. Shit.
Yeah. They fought before. Damn.
I did not like the romance between them.
No, I mean, honestly, of the new characters, he's my least favorite.
No.
It's a tie almost between him and Chang.
Yeah.
Just because Chang felt like a very limited role.
Very limited, and then
Yeah.
just became an annoyance.
Really, exactly. Oscar right now, he's still an annoyance, but he's still also serving a purpose, you know, and that becomes much more relevant second half of season 2, admittedly, but
Yeah, because
it's just not apparent right now,
right
You know?
as of now, Oscar. I don't know. It was weird because first he was just like the thorn in the side of Jessica, like another hurdle that she had to overcome.
Yeah.
You know, and then he became like this weird love interest, and now you know he's like head over heels for her. And then it's weird because like everything that I think was maybe was in episode 6 or 5, one of those episodes. It was like everything that I hope wouldn't happen happened. So like I never forget like the immediate scare I had though. So Jessica, like he gives her a bottle of liquor. And then, you know, she goes, well, you know, you're going to make me drink this alone or something like that.
Yeah.
And then he comes in. And then immediately we see two people going hard at it in the sheets. And it makes you think that it's Jessica and Oscar. But no, it was Trish and Griffin.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, thank goodness. Like, I'm so glad that it did
I know,
not
right?
go down like
Yeah.
that. But it may as well have.
It might as well have. It was creative. Actually, no. I think they went back to it later, and they were just talking on the couch.
Yeah, they were talking on the couch.
Yeah.
And then she tries to go for the pants. And
He's just like, whoa, no.
Yeah. Which, I mean, he says no here, but then I guess later on, maybe he's a little tipsy. He's ready.
Essentially, yeah. Like
Yeah.
later on, he's just like, hey, why did you come over? Did you come over for
Yeah.
other reasons?
Right.
Yeah.
And she's like, I just didn't want to be alone. And then, yeah. That was my Jessica Jones
That was
impersonation.
a horrible impersonation. She's not like that dream girl, like ditzy at all. Yeah, I mean, damn.
Okay, listen, Kat.
That's who she impersonates when she's trying to get information out of other people. I loved that in season 1, episode 1, where she's like faking a whole nother personality over the phone. Oh my gosh. That was just a shout out to Christian and like her amazing acting talent.
Right,
Yeah.
she is really fun as
Oh, yeah.
Jessica Jones. But yeah. So back to Oscar here. So like when Jessica knocks on his door and he's like a little tipsy or whatever, and the two go in, I'm like, okay, so they're gonna have sex. I guess if we gotta do it, let's get this shit over with.
Exactly.
And then he's painting, and I'm like, okay, guys, just don't do it in the paint, motherfucker. They're doing it in the paint.
They really are. And it's like,
to me,
oh,
that
come on.
wasn't romantic. That was just nonsense.
You're ruining clothes. She wears the same pair of jeans all the time.
Right.
Come on.
You're ruining clothes. You're ruining hair. You're ruining your paint. Like nothing is okay here. I mean, like, as soon as the paint canister gets knocked over, I'm like, okay, let's take this party to the bedroom.
I know, right?
Anywhere but here.
Anywhere but here. This is literally the worst place.
Yeah.
Yeah. This and maybe the beach, but still.
Right.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, but yeah, the whole paint scene, just
Yeah,
I don't know.
No.
I guess they realized, well, we had enough conventional sex in this show so far. Let's have sex in the
Right.
paint.
And some weird stuff that no one's done before.
Right.
Oh, crap.
I mean, that's just got to be like the most uncomfortable. Could you imagine
I'd rather not.
having sex in paint?
Ew.
Because it's gonna dry, you know, and when it does dry, it's not gonna feel any good.
No, like,
Yeah.
it's going to be all over the skin. It's going to ruin your clothes. It's going to
Right.
be on your damn hardwood
On
floors.
your
And you're
hardwood
just like,
floors, all in your hairs, and every single crevice and nook.
if it happens, it better be the most amazing dadgum sex you've ever had.
It's gonna be the most inappropriate lubricant of all time.
Oh gosh, that's so gross. We gotta change the subject.
Hey, listen. I mean, I'm just reporting on what the show is telling me.
No, that's exactly what the show is telling us.
And then they
that,
followed up with another thing that I was hoping that wouldn't be a thing.
What's that?
He's painting her while she's sleeping, and I'm
super creepy.
Yeah,
Yeah. It was a cool looking picture, but super creepy. Like, dude, you right now are a roller coaster. You went from, hey, what's up, to, I hate you, I want you to never see me again. Oh, I love you now, and let me paint you while you sleep.
Right.
Like, we are all over the damn place here.
exactly. The spectrum with this guy is just ridiculous.
Admittedly, throughout the whole season, it still makes me want to see Luke Cage just bust up out of nowhere and kick his ass. Honestly, I mean, it doesn't get worse, but
Good.
yeah,
Yeah.
it still makes me not want to see him more.
Right.
You know, yeah.
Yeah, it's things like this romance with her and Oscar, and then, Luke Cage's romance with Claire. I'm like, guys, this is a distraction from the true romance that we want.
Exactly. Like, you're just leading us out. Like, you're officing us right now. You're putting Jim with Karen, and you're putting Pam with freaking Roy. I almost forgot his name. Roy. And it's like, guys, we know these guys don't belong together.
Right. Fun side note. There was a period where Scott Lang and Jessica Jones dated.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. I can see that. They're total opposites. Yeah.
Yeah. Especially if you're going out for like Paul Rudd.
I know, right? That's literally what I'm imagining. Paul Rudd, like, hey, what's up? I'm Ant-Man. Yeah, nice to meet you. Are you an Avenger? Oh,
I can see those two characters like sleeping together, and then Jessica like immediately regretting it.
Just exactly like Jessica wakes up, realizes who he is, pops open a hard liquor or something awesome like that, and just like, oh my gosh, I hate you so much now.
Yeah. Oh man, but yeah. Anyway, back to Oscar. I really don't care for him. I feel like they could have consolidated his role and just given that shit to someone else for everything that's necessary.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, it was a creative direction to go in, but not my favorite.
Yeah,
some people might have really liked him, but to me, he seemed very flat overall.
Yeah, overall he does. He seems pretty flat, and they try to spice him up, but by doing so, they just make him seem really emotionally unstable. Exactly,
and they flip his character to the need of the story rather than using his character to help tell the story.
Exactly.
Like, okay, we need him to be a fan of her to support her in her tragedy. Boom. Oh wait, we need him to hate her. Boom.
Yeah.
He's a damn card.
Yes. Yeah. We need him to be able to make fake IDs. Got it covered.
Oh, okay, cool. Why not? Because reasons.
Yeah. One thing I will say about his painting, though, is that I think his painting is an Easter egg.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Brian Michael Bendis created Jessica Jones, and probably what a lot of people consider as one of his best runs ever was Jessica Jones Alias. It more pertains to season 1 of Jessica Jones. That's what it's more related to. But if you pull up a picture of any of those covers for the Jessica Jones Alias graphic novels, they all look really similar to the painting that he painted, except it's less creepy.
I love how instantly it's all oh, whoa, yeah. I just put up an image of it right now.
Yeah.
That looks good, dude.
It does, yeah. Looks really similar to his painting.
I kind of want to read that now, to be honest.
It's supposed to be really good, and admittedly, I have not yet read it. It's the Max series, and of course, Punisher Max has kind of the same type theme.
Right.
You know,
it's going to be more adult.
Yeah,
less
more
kid
adult.
comics. Yeah. Honestly, I loved season 1, Jessica Jones. It was one of my favorite Marvel series. Yeah. Admittedly, the same night I finished Jessica Jones season 2, it made me just want to watch Punisher. I mean, I loved the Punisher one too. I have to give it attention. But we were saying,
we were talking about how shitty Oscar was overall.
We were so good at blowing stuff up and insulting and bringing other shit down. Just like, this was amazing and this was a piece of shit.
Yeah. That's kind of what we do.
We were so good at it.
Yep. Well, I mean, we praised Patricia because she was great. Jerry was really fun.
Yep.
We definitely praised Malcolm because he's fantastic.
Oh yeah.
We talked about But it's really Oscar and Price that we're really down on.
Right.
So let's get to the other guy that I'm a little down on. Let's get to Griffin.
Griffin, right.
Yeah. It's all the new guys in the show.
Exactly. All the people that they kind of like sprinkled on top. It's like, oh, we don't need these people. Like,
yeah.
Griffin was weird. I thought after season 1, watching most of it, that he was going to have a cool...
episode 1?
Like the first... excuse me. The first half of season 1 is what I'm trying to portray.
First half of season 2?
Damn it. You people know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. I'm horrible at Englishing right now. Let that irony stand, please. I can't laugh at my own joke, but no, the first half of season 2, as I was trying to say earlier, I thought that they were doing something really cool with them. I was really hoping. You know how Quentin Tarantino is like the master of setting up a 10-minute scene, and it's just like something so boring and conventional. Like they'll have a topic about something really bad, and then all of a sudden, oh my gosh, and it skyrockets, like jumping off the ground in a Hulk fashion, just like, whoa, where did this come from? And it becomes this most amazing scene. Yeah, that's what I thought was happening with this character, where he's just like this weird love interest and things are going great, and he and Trisha already apparently have this pre-established relationship. But then you see like the background action. You see him doing the whole like
the phone call.
Right.
I'm thinking, okay, maybe this guy's finally going to do something interesting here.
Maybe
I'm like,
there's finally some depth to him instead of like ultimate newscaster and ultimate boy toy and all this shit.
Yeah, you're like, who's he working for?
Yeah, like
who's he talking to?
Is he IGH? Is he just another Simpson?
Right.
You know? But and wait, give me a second. I don't want to say nothing. Give me a second.
No, it's the weddings in episode 6.
Thank you. Okay.
And the proposal. Yeah.
That is when I'm just like, oh.
Like, this is what that was
This is
for?
what this was leading up for. Like, literally, like, we rode the roller coaster, slow ride to the top. Oh, this could be great. Oh, this is going to be some topsy-turvy really fast. And the top of the ride was the end of it. Congratulations.
Yeah.
There's stairs going down. Not even an elevator.
He was extremely flat.
Yeah,
It's like extremely flat.
Yeah.
And once again,
Kind of grateful Trish said no.
it's, really.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely you don't have to answer this, but like, I don't know if we see him anymore throughout this season. If we don't, I'm not that upset. If we do, then I hope that they can, tie this all together and make it something cohesive, because as of now,
I was about to say, yeah. Well, unfortunately, I'm not going to say tonight, but I mean, yeah, like you're saying, yeah. As of now,
he's just there to show us what Patsy wants to be, or what job she wants, what kind of life she wants to live. That's really what he's there for. Ooh. She doesn't like him. She likes maybe the idea of him. She likes the idea of his job for sure.
Exactly. If I can be somewhat poetic right now, he's helping to establish a really interesting cast. Not in the idea of like TV and movies where you have a cast of actors, but more he's helping to establish like an interesting type of life. He's helping to paint and give us this whole almost philosophical portal into a whole different type of world that Trish could be living in as of herself. Like what she would love to be doing, like almost this other dimensional picture that she gets to peer into to see a whole nother world open to her that she's stuck in between, because that's in front of her, but what she's really stuck in currently, what's behind her and holding her back, is this current unhappy situation she's in. She has this failing talk show. It just talks about this stupid crap that she's not interested in at all. Even season 1, we see her like getting up and leaving mid-show a number of times. Like, you can't do that, people. But yeah, it's like she sees him on one hand, and it's like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And she's reaching forward and can't reach it. She can't grasp it. Or she can grasp it, but she can't actually like obtain it and become that. And then behind her, she's stuck and handcuffed to, oh, this is the shit that I've been carrying around. This is my bad past, my crappy relationship with my mom. This is my horrible job that I don't really like anymore, that I should be in love with because it's still this huge famous deal, or blah, blah, blah. So it's really interesting seeing this, from like this wannabe poetic, philosophical imagery here. But that's really his purpose. That's it. He's just that to Trish, and that's it. He doesn't serve a purpose for any other character. Yeah. In my opinion.
No, I think you're right. Up until this point, Mr. Griffin Sinclair really doesn't do much of anything.
Yeah. He has a cool name.
Yeah.
Griffin Sinclair.
Yeah.
Like, I could imagine listening to him tell the news, you know? Yeah.
Next, let's talk about Dr. Carl Malice.
Okay.
There's not a lot that we can say about him. I feel like we're going to get a lot more of him on the back half of season 2. But at least I certainly hope so. It'd be kind of weird if we didn't.
But yeah, that would be really like, why the hell would you do this, people?
Right.
It would be like introducing, I don't know, say,
oh boy,
the idea of 5 super soldiers that you never see again or use for shit at all. You know? Okay, whatever, no big deal.
Damn, still throwing shade at Civil War, are we?
A little bit. Or if I need to change it up a little bit, or throwing in the idea of a magic pool that gives you a vision that all of a sudden you just never explain or really, responsibly put into the story in a good way.
I will back you on that one. Age of Ultron had no excuse for that.
Thank you. Yes. This is fun.
Oh shit. I hope that no one ever shits on our podcast like we shit on some of these movies.
Oh my gosh. Can you imagine? Oh my, I kind of want to listen to that now. Like it would be the definition of irony.
That would be. I'd be a little upset. That'd just get personal.
It kind of would, but almost. It depends how they did it. If they did it just to be spiteful, then it's like, okay, this is cute. I can sit here and listen to this while eating popcorn, and it won't faze me, you know. But if they're logically throwing shade at us, and it's like, well, shit, screw you too, people. I hope that doesn't exist. We are joking about this,
right?
Yeah.
And would it be really ironic that they shit on us for like an hour and a half, and then at the end of it, they say how much they like us? That
oh my gosh, kind of like the entire Ragnarok podcast. Like, this movie did this and this and this and this and wrong, but it was a fun movie.
It was a fun movie.
That was literally the most repeated sentence in that whole podcast.
That's all we can say about it. It was. But anyways,
fun throwback.
So it's funny how Dr. Carl Malice sent us down that rabbit hole.
I know, right? Oh my gosh, you're right.
But no, so Dr. Malice, like as of now, if you just seen the first half of the season, then you really don't have a whole lot of information on him as of yet. We just know that he was a big part of IGH and a big part of these experiments. If you ask some people, he's this evil mad scientist. If you ask other people, he's this great man who saves lives. So I thought that there was a really cool mystique about him for like the first half of this season. Because there's like two sides of this guy. Like, are we getting the side that does save lives and fix people and cure diseases and illnesses? Yeah. Or are we getting the side of this guy that's like creating these Frankenstein-like monsters? Like, what are we getting?
Yeah, I was about to say, because we see related, I almost said related characters, but I'm not sure if that's correct. We see other characters, essentially, that revere him as, one or the either. Yeah, exactly. It's one or the other, or not both ever. Like the what was the dude, the guy who had the messed up son? Yeah, who apparently like he fixed him perfectly. Yeah. Right. Yeah, I don't remember that character's name. He was short-lived.
Yeah, me either.
Someone on a golf course. Yeah.
Didn't bother to write it down. But yeah, like you said, he that guy, he definitely reveres Dr. Malice. He praises him because he cured his son of like this horrible disease. Yeah. And
he was a financial source for a lot of stuff.
Right, yeah. a lot of like the private stuff. Yeah. But and to see his son, she just grateful that his son was cured. Because his son apparently wasn't going to make it past age 5 otherwise. Yeah. So I definitely understand that standpoint. And I do love that they created this multifaceted character,
Right, yeah.
He's not like straight up evil sociopath like
as of now. Yeah. Oh, gosh. Yeah.
There's multiple sides to this character as of now, and it's really interesting and fun watching this mystery unfold, which is a great part about Jessica Jones season 2 that season 1 didn't have quite as much. In season 1, we did get to see a lot of the cool PI stuff from Jessica Jones, but in season 2, that's really what it focuses on.
Yeah,
it's the private investigating, because we got to be honest, guys, like 6 episodes deep, and like we're still unclear as to who or what the antagonist is.
Exactly. Yeah,
and that can be both good and bad.
Yeah,
for sure.
Or it can be either, because it could just be like you know. But we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah,
we will. Yeah.
As of now, I'm enjoying the story unfolding, but as of now, I can't really say that there's like a true, real antagonist. Dr. Carl Malice is the closest thing.
Yeah.
Maybe the big reveal that her mother has been this quote unquote monster.
Exactly.
This whole time. But even then, up until this point, we still don't know a whole lot about like the intentions and the purposes and what's really happening here.
Yeah.
All we know is that Dr. Carl Malice is very much alive. Jessica's mom is very much alive.
Let me ask you a question, my friend.
Yeah.
Did you expect that at all?
No.
No, me neither.
No.
It came as a perfect surprise.
Oh, yeah, me too. Most definitely. I did not see this coming at all. But yeah, the fact that she's still alive is because I thought that like the quote unquote monster was a guy.
Yeah, no, same here.
Yeah, it was definitely careful editing to and quick cuts to make it seem like it's a guy we can't really tell.
Yeah. The victim who was like holding Jessica and whatnot, the monster-esque person. Yeah. I loved actually that whole scene leading up to the reveal. Whenever she's like in the holding room, but the bedroom, and like looking around at like a picture of her and her brother, and then the reveal was when she. No, I'm sorry, I'm doing it out of order. First, she picked up the perfume because we all know certain people are gonna have like a favorite scent, like a perfume or a deodorant they loved, or something that really helps almost mark them. That way, as soon as you smell that, boom, your memory's thrown back to that person, that spot, that place, that time, whatever. And she smells the perfume, and then I can't remember. She dropped it.
She drops it.
Looks over, sees the picture, and then that's the reveal.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, she sees the picture, and then she turns around, and there's her mom and Dr. Malice.
Yeah.
And her mom takes the wig off, and we see like the scars. And that's the reveal, and that's kind of where the episode leaves us.
Yeah,
right there.
And then that's that was the end of 6, right?
Yeah, that's the end of 6.
6.
Yeah.
Damn, that's if they did what The Walking Dead did, that would be a great mid-season finale. Yeah,
yeah, you're absolutely correct.
Yeah.
So right here, I want to take a moment to kind of talk about just how I feel overall about this season so far,
sure, in
comparison to season 1. So with season 1 of Jessica Jones, I felt like the first half of season 1 was extremely, I don't want to say fast paced, but it was well paced. And then the back half of season 1 was where it dragged.
Yeah,
I feel like for this, almost the first half of season 1 is a little slow. And then I think that for this, I think that the second half is going to be really where it picks up.
Okay.
At least that's what I'm hoping for. Is what I'm thinking is going to happen.
Yeah, because that's kind of the trend. Yeah,
yeah.
That's what you're about to say, though, right?
Well, I mean, it kind of reversed from season 1. Season 1 had a fast-paced first half and a slow-paced second half. This almost feels like it has a slow-paced first half, and I think it's going to have a faster-paced second half.
Oh no, I meant for like the Marvel Netflix shows in general, because all of them have like a really well and or fast-paced part, and then it follows or begins, however, with like a slower pace. They're dragging it out part.
Well, all of these Netflix shows could be consolidated to maybe 10 episodes.
They can.
Like most of them are 12 or 13. Don't really need that many.
Yeah.
But yes, like I really enjoy this season overall. I can see if some people maybe turn it off around episode 3 or 4 because they feel like it's taking too long.
Yeah.
But there's still a lot of good stuff here. I will say this though, like as much as I do enjoy the character developments for like the fun characters that we get from season 1 that are returning.
Yep.
I feel like they should have hit the gas on the actual plot a little bit more in the beginning, and then maybe explain more about the plot of these side characters. Because when we just see the plot of these side characters, we're left thinking that's really cool, but what does that do? What does that have to do about anything?
Yeah, I agree. Because the character development in this season alone it's superb, dude. It truly is. But it does leave you wanting, because it feels like you're reading a really just poorly written book. Like chapter 1 is this great story, and oh my gosh, this is amazing. But then you get to chapter 2, and it's a whole different story with no apparent sign that it's ever going to go back to chapter 1.
Yeah.
And then like chapter 4, all of a sudden you're picking it back up where it's like, oh crap, we're here now. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you're right. Because like for me, it's really like episode 5 and 6 were superb of the season. Episode 1, 5, and 6 were really superb. And like episodes 2, 3, and 4 were like, okay.
Yeah, like there are some okay moments that you can like pick apart and make just one episode out of, Everything else in between was kind of like, okay, we didn't need that.
Yeah.
Just cut and paste this character out.
Right.
Yeah. And that's my honest opinion,
Yeah, that's kind of mine too. But I am really anxious though to watch the second half of this season and to see how it plays out, to see what's up with Dr. Malice and the mom, and really see where this all leads to.
What do you think that she was thinking whenever Jessica approached her in the bar? Because first she approached her in the assumption that lady was the doctor.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, because what was the mom? Or, what was the monster thinking at this point? Yeah,
the momster.
Oh my gosh!
What was the momster thinking?
Oh my gosh!
Sometimes I'll cry myself to sleep. I think that.
I love how that got a better laugh out of me. Oh shit! Oh gosh. Okay, excuse me.
That's a really good point, though. I don't know what she could have been thinking. I don't know.
Because she obviously recognized her.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like, oh, you're my daughter. Like, she really had to be good at biting her tongue.
Right, but she also was willing to beat the shit out of her daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because, like Jessica said, like, she's stronger than her.
Yeah.
Which is damn, you know?
Like, we see her running away, but then all of a sudden she's at the top of this super big building, and it's like, has Jessica ever jumped that high? I don't think so.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And then, like, the way that she just kind of threw Jessica as well. Yeah. Like, damn.
Easy.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine how surprising that was for Jessica, who's just like, wait, you were a doctor? You're just a doctor!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man. And then there was the person that she murdered in that news van.
Oh, whoa. Yeah. That did happen first half. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was rough.
That was rough. And then it was blamed on Jessica.
Which, super bitch moment.
Right.
Like, wow.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to be mom here?
Exactly.
Come on.
And then, of course, Ching thought it was Jessica that did it.
Of course, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, like, we see him come back for another annoying moment,
Because, he's totally going to be able to make a difference. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But, yeah, I thought that was super cool, too, in a, disturbing kind of way, seeing her kill that poor innocent man. And, yeah, because that guy broke into Jessica's apartment, right, and was stealing stuff. Was that the same guy? Okay. Maybe not.
The guy who died, you mean?
Yeah. Because there was someone that snuck into Jessica's place. We don't see who.
Right.
Malcolm comes in, realizes that something's not right.
Yeah.
The person escapes. And...
that person who was, like, perusing around, stealing stuff, taking all the pictures and stuff off the walls, that was the guy who died.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Same guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I was asking.
Just wanted to clarify. Yeah, cool.
Yeah. But, I realized that stealing is wrong. But, like...
Not that wrong. Because, like... Oh, you stole from my daughter? Oh, you stole all these pictures and stuff? I must rip you apart. Like, oh gosh.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
She freaking went demon on him.
She did.
Yeah.
I mean, like, there were, like, dents all in that van.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Like, I wonder what that body looked like by the time she was done.
Yeah. Again, Marvel, Netflix, man, it gets dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are there any closing remarks you have, Kevin, on the first half of season 1?
Again, I still really enjoyed it, honestly. I'm a huge Jessica Jones fan. Christian Ritter is just awesome to me, dude. She really is. You know, I'm super happy that she can tackle a goofy role like some of her other TV series and whatnot, and then come to this and just be like, turn into this super badass chick, because she's doing great.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know? I have no critique of her, ability here in this whole season. You know?
Right.
Not just half of season 1. But can't wait till next week when we talk about how the monster was really Captain America.
Yeah.
How Thanos actually comes out of nowhere.
I knew that was Captain Shield I saw in there.
Exactly.
I just knew it.
How Thanos actually makes a return as the Purple Man, and he's the real shit here.
Yeah, he uses one of the Infinity Stones to revive himself as Purple Man / Thanos. I remember.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then actually, out of nowhere, Batman is going to come and join the detective agency with Jessica.
Yeah, he joins the detective agency, and then he expands into a Batcave. Actually.
And kills Oscar.
Yeah, he kills Oscar. Yep, he sleeps with Jessica Jones, and then they have Damian Wayne. Yeah, that's Damian's real mom.
This got weird.
It's got really weird. Yeah, so guys,
we cannot write fan fiction.
Yeah, so we obviously made up like the last 3 minutes. You can just disregard that.
Yep.
But yeah, like you said, I too have also really enjoyed this season so far. I consider myself a patient watcher of TV. Yeah. So like I can sit through a couple episodes if I know that it has a really good payoff.
Right. Yeah.
And like so far, like the mid-season swing has had a really solid payoff. Mm-hmm. And I'm really hoping that they can keep this momentum going, for the next half of this season here.
Yeah, we'll find out. Yep. Definitely.
Yeah, we'll definitely find out. Kevin doesn't sound too confident that we will find out.
No, I was actually just thinking of a funny joke. I don't know if it really works here. I can't remember how it was actually worded, so bear with me.
Oh, geez.
We'll find out next time on Superhero Homies.
Dun 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 dun.
You saw what I was doing. It makes me happy. Oh man,
you talking to a guy who still watches Dragon Ball Z?
Hell yeah. Oh man.
But yeah, guys. So hopefully you guys are enjoying Jessica Jones as well. If not, then I hope that you guys can stick with it to the end. Mm-hmm. And we'll talk about this thing as a whole next week when we cover the back half of season 2.
Yeah.
And see how this season stacks up to season 1 and also other Marvel Netflix properties as well. But yeah, hopefully, guys, hopefully this whole thing pays off.
Yeah.
I do have to be honest. As of now, as much as I do think that season 2 is going to end up being really good, I don't see it being better than season 1 overall. Season 1, like I said, that just had so much going for it. Even just from a character standpoint, had a lot going for it.
I mean, that is kind of almost routine, actually, for most of the typical pattern that follows most of our comic book genre media. TV, movie, most of the time the original was, oh my gosh, and then the sequel was just, oh, that was really fun. You know? Yeah.
I'm one of those people who I think that Daredevil season 2 was better than season 1.
Oh yeah, no, Daredevil season 2 was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Daggone.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, we're gonna go ahead and close up.
We gotta go watch Netflix.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and close up shop here, guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, so once again, come back next Sunday and we'll finish our review of Jessica Jones season 2. This coming Wednesday, we'll be giving our review of Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Spoiler alert: he's gonna be in Infinity War, so he lives.
Spoiler alert, of course. Yeah.
Spoiler alert for a 2-year-old movie. Yeah.
Damn.
But yeah, guys, as always, we do appreciate you guys listening. That really helps us out a lot. If you guys want to continue to help us out, then please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Also, feel free to leave us a review on iTunes. That also helps us out a lot. Preferably that 5-star, because they don't allow 6-star ratings.
Indeed.
And as always, guys, if you have any...
You could type that in the comments. These guys really deserve 6 or more, but they only let them go up to 5.
That's right.
Yeah. Seriously, please. It'd be funny to read. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. If you guys have any questions, comments, gifts, special food supplies, or cosmic cubes, hit us up at superherohomies@gmail.com or the Facebook page, Superhero Homies. And as always, guys, my name is Quentin.
I'm Kevin.
See you next time.